All right, let's take a look at management's representations. All right, management's representations state the following, and let's highlight that, management's representations. Now, the representation letter and its overview, because that's really what we're talking about here. That's the big one. At the conclusion of the fieldwork, the independent auditor must obtain a management representation letter from the client. Now, to emphasize that, would you please write failure to get a rep letter? Failure to get a rep letter equals scope limitation. Which is in essence going to say that you're either going to withdraw or disclaim an opinion. Now the purpose of the rep letter, and there are three, is to confirm representations explicitly and implicitly given to the auditor, to indicate and document the continuing appropriateness of such representations, and to reduce the possibilities of misunderstanding concerning matters. All right, let's go to B, highlight. In the management representation letter, the client asserts that all material matters have been adequately disclosed to the independent auditor. And what are some of these? Well, let's highlight the main points here. Number one, final piece of evidential matter. Notice the letter is mandatory. In fact, go down to the third line and highlight disclaimer of opinion or withdraw. In fact, not only do you highlight that, but underscore disclaimer of opinion, circle the word or, and then underscore withdrawal, because it's going to be one or the other. All right? Highlight date, same as date of audit report. Highlight signed by the CEO and CFO. Now, number 5, we'll highlight this whole passage. Highlight representations. In the representation letter, management provides information on the financial statements, the completeness of information, recognition, measurement, and disclosures, and subsequent events. Number 6, highlight materiality. Not only that, but I'm going to ask you to highlight the very last item here, the very last sentence or lines. Highlight all minutes and all financial records should be made available to the auditor. Okay, next, contents of the management representation letter. Let's highlight this. We're going to basically highlight this whole passage here in Roman numeral 2, A and B. Financial statements. Management acknowledges its responsibility for the fair presentation in the financials. Results in operation cash flows are in conformity with GAAP. Management's belief that the financials are fairly presented in conformity with them. Now, compliance, a completeness of information. That again, availability of all financial records and related data. Once again, the completeness and availability of all minutes of the meetings of the stockholders, directors, and committees. Communications with regulatory agencies concerning noncompliance with or deficiencies in the financial reporting practices. And absence of unreported transactions. All of those are things that are going to be part of the content that management's going to give us the letter on. Now, when it comes to recognition, measurement, and disclosure, which you saw up there, that they're the ones responsible for all of that. When it comes to those items are going to come on down, and what we're going to do is just underscore some critical words. Notice right here where it says management's belief that the effects of any underscore uncorrected misstatements, and then 2 lines below, are immaterial both individually and in the aggregate. Number 2. Where it says management acknowledges its responsibility. Prevent and detect fraud right underneath it. The third one, underscore knowledge of fraud or suspected fraud. Number 4, underscore knowledge of any allegations of fraud or suspected fraud. Number 5, plans or intentions. Number 6, underscore related party transactions. Number 7, guarantees. Number 8, significant estimates and material concentrations. Number 9, violations or possible violations of laws and regulations. Number 10, unasserted claims or assessments. Number 11, gain or loss contingencies. Number 12, satisfactory title. Number 13, compliance with aspects of contractual agreements. Now highlight, not underscore, highlight subsequent events. Information concerning subsequent events needs to be disclosed as well. Okay, gang, you're ready to try some multiple choice questions. Good luck. Which of the following statements is correct about the auditor's required communication with those charged with governance, assuming that those charged with governance are not involved in the management? The correct answer here is letter B. The auditor is required to inform those charged with governance, but who are not part of management, about significant errors discovered by the auditor and subsequently corrected by management. So we're not going to let management fix it and then say, don't tell anybody about this. Correct answer, letter B. Which of the following matters would an auditor most likely include in the management representation letter? The correct answer here is the completeness and availability of minutes of the stockholders and directors' meetings. That one is obviously going to be one that they would put in the representation letter.